Hello. Good afternoon, all. Our guest has arrived. Please stand up. Kindly be seated. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Indian Institute of Management Jammu, I, Dr. Anuja, extend a warm welcome to our esteemed dignitaries, faculty members, staff, and dear students to the awareness program on the duties of a citizen under the Constitution of India at the Indian Institute of Management Jammu. I request our chief guest, Mr. Justice Tashi Rabstan, Honorable Chief Justice, High Court of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, Executive Chairman, J&K Legal Services Authority, esteemed guest, Mr. Amit Gupta, Member Secretary, J&K Legal Services Authority, Shri M.K. Sharma, Principal Secretary to Honorable Chief Justice, Ms. Smriti Sharma, Secretary, DLSA Jammu, Ms. Mandeep Reen, Advocate Panel Lawyers, HCLSC Jammu, Director. I request everyone to please rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Now I request Director Professor B.S. Sahay sir to felicitate our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Justice Tashi Rabstan ji. Thank you, sir. Now I request Director sir to felicitate Mr. Amit Gupta ji. I request Director sir to felicitate Shri M.K. Sharma ji. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dean Academics, Professor Jabir Ali sir, to felicitate Ms. Smriti Sharma ji. I request Professor Jabir Ali sir to felicitate Ms. Smriti Sharma ji, Ms. Mandeep Reen ji. Thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite Director IIM Jammu, Professor B.S. Sahay sir, to deliver the welcome address.
Honorable Mr. Justice Tashi Rabstan, Chief Justice, High Court of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, Executive Chairman, J&K Legal Services Authority, Mr. Amit Gupta, Member Secretary, J&K Legal Services Authority, Mr. M.K. Sharma, Principal Secretary to Honorable Chief Justice, Ms. Mandeep Reen, Advocate and Panel Lawyer, Ms. Smriti Sharma, Secretary, District Legal Services Authority, Professor Jabir Ali, Dean Academics, members from the media, faculty members, officers, staff, and my dear students. We are extremely privileged to have Honorable Mr. Justice Tashi Rabstan, Chief Justice, who has kindly consented to the chief guest to this awareness program on duties of a citizen under the Constitution of India at IIM Jammu. It's a great honor for all of us. Sir, we are very much thankful to you for accepting our invitation and gracing this occasion. On behalf of all faculty members, staff, and IIM Jammu, I extend a very warm welcome to you. I'm thankful to Mr. Amit Gupta, Mr. M.K. Sharma, Ms. Mandeep Reen, Ms. Smriti Sharma. Please join me in welcoming them. Sir, this is a very new campus. Among all IIMs, there are today 21 IIMs. This IIM was considered to be the youngest one, till one older institution got converted to IIM, that is NITI to IIM Mumbai. So we used to take the privilege saying this thing that we are the youngest. It was set up by the Government of India, Ministry of Education in 2016 with 47 students. And today, sir, you will feel very happy to know that it's more than 1,000 students are there studying at IIM Jammu. We had MBA program. Today, altogether, we have 8 programs. And among NRF ranking, which is done, this ranking is done by Ministry of Education, Government of India. Among 20 IIMs, our position is 15th, though we are youngest. So we are trying to do. Your presence will motivate all faculty members, students, staff here, when they get an opportunity to interact with distinguished personality like you. So we are really very much thankful to you, sir. India is the largest democracy. We expect a lot of things that what is my right? All the time we keep talking about what is our right. At times in the process, we forget what is our duty. Because rights and duties come together. Rights and responsibilities come together. Our Constitution has provided certain fundamental rights to the citizen, ensuring a sense of security and freedom. As a responsible citizen, we have to contribute towards nation building by performing our duties in rightful manner. Being a citizen of India, I was just going through this. We keep talking, but when this program, sir, accepted our invitation, and the topic was given that he would like to address all faculty members and students on this awareness program about the duties of citizen. And I was going through that. And I think that all of us, the day we decide that 100% we are going to be law-abiding, then there will be no theft, no corruption, nothing will happen. If we decide today that, yes, this is my country and will live and die for this country, nothing will happen. Everything will be quite normal. So what's important is that we must abide by the Constitution and respect national flag and national anthem. Protect sovereignty and integrity of India. That is the most important thing. Defend the country and render national services when called for. Developing the spirit of common brotherhood. Preserve national environment. Develop scientific temper and humanity. Safeguard public property and avoid violence. Strive for excellence in all spheres of life. And the last and probably the thing is that education, that is duty for all parents and guardians to send their children in the age group of 6 to 14 to school. So these are some of the fundamental duties we are supposed to be performing, and we must try to introspect ourselves that how far and how much we are performing this duty. I would like to urge all of you that this is an opportunity for all of us, that Honorable Chief Justice Sir is here. We'll hear him. He had the round of this campus. I was very much excited and very happy to see the way IIM Jammu is coming up. Once again, sir, on behalf of all IIM Jammu community, I extend a very warm welcome to you and welcome to IIM Jammu. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite P. Pallavi, MBA first year student, to deliver a speech on duties of a citizen under the Constitution of India.
Great afternoon, everyone. Respected Chief Guest, Hon'ble Mr. Justice Tashi Rabstan ji, all other dignitaries, Professor B.S. Sahay sir, Director IIM Jammu, Professor Jabir Ali sir, Dean Academics, dignitaries, faculty, and my fellow students. I, Pallavi, feel honored addressing you all today at this awareness program on the duties of a citizen under the Constitution of India. While much discourse centers on the rights granted to us citizens, it is the concept of fundamental duties that inculcates the essence of responsibility, citizenship, and collective welfare. The fundamental duties as enshrined in the Indian Constitution is a beacon guiding us towards a harmonious and productive relationship with our country and fellow beings. As our directors are already mentioned, there are 11 fundamental duties in our Indian Constitution, which is mentioned in Article 51A in Part 4A. Few of them are to abide by the Constitution and respect its ideals and institutions, the national flag and the national anthem, to cherish and follow the noble ideas that inspired the national struggle for freedom, to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India, to defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so, to promote harmony and spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, transcending religious, linguistic, regional, or sectional diversities, and to renounce practices that are derogatory to the dignity of women, to value and preserve the rich heritage of the country, to protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, wildlife, and to have compassion to all living creatures, to develop a scientific temper, humanism, and spirit of inquiry and reform, to safeguard public property and to abjure violence, to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity, to provide educational opportunities to his or her child in between the age of 6 and 14 years. I feel as students striving towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity is a duty that resonates deeply with all of us. It urges us to push the boundaries of our capabilities and resonate and contribute to the nation's development with dedication and integrity. The fundamental duties are not mere legal obligations, but I feel they are a call to action for each citizen. They remind us that the strength of a democracy lies in the active participation and responsible conduct of us citizens. By fulfilling our duties, we honor the legacy of our freedom fighters, statesmen, and contribute to building a just and equitable society. Before concluding, I would like to quote the father of a nation, Mahatma Gandhi ji, and I quote, "The true source of rights is duty. If we all discharge our duties, rights will not be far to seek," unquote. Lastly, I would like to thank you all for giving me this valuable opportunity to speak on such a significant topic. Let us all pledge to be responsible citizens and work towards the betterment of our nation. Let us be the change. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Pallavi. Now we will display the NALSA theme song, which embodies the spirit and mission of the National Legal Services Authority for legal awareness and empowerment among the citizens of the country.
एहसास न्याय का सबके लिए, एहसास न्याय का सबके लिए, उल्लास न्याय का सबके लिए, विश्वास न्याय का सबके लिए इस हिंदुस्तां पर हक हमारा भी तो है, इंसाफ के इस आशिया पर हक हमारा भी तो है। एक मुट्ठी आसमां पर हक हमारा भी तो है, एक मुट्ठी आसमां पर हक हमारा भी तो है।
ये ना सोचो दर्द हमारा कहीं सुना न जाएगा, अब न्यायालय खुद चलकर चौपालों तक आएगा।
लाचारों को न्याय मिलेगा, दुखियारों को न्याय मिलेगा, कमजोरों को न्याय मिलेगा, मजलूमों को न्याय मिलेगा। इस हिंदुस्तां पर हक हमारा भी तो है, उम्मीदों के इस गुलसितां पर हक हमारा भी तो है। मुट्ठी आसमां पर हक हमारा भी तो है, एक मुट्ठी आसमां पर हक हमारा भी तो है।
गरीब और कमजोरों को मुफ्त एवं सक्षम कानूनी सहायता के लिए प्रतिबद्ध विधिक सेवा प्राधिकरण नालसा, न्याय सबके लिए।
Next, we have a presentation by Ms. Mandeep, Reen, Advocate Panel Lawyers at HCLSC Jammu. Ms. Reen will enlighten us about the various duties of a citizen under the Constitution of India. Please welcome Ms. Mandeep, Reen.
In presence of legal luminary and our most esteemed and humane Justice Tashi Rabstan, Amit Gupta ji, J&K Sharma sir, and Director Sahab, Director IIM Jammu. I was so pleased to have a tour of your beautiful campus and beautifully made out library and everything. Today, I have been called upon to address my young friends sitting before me on a topic which is not much touched in our country. Technically, I would not be able to say more than what young Pallavi has said over here, because we have 11 fundamental duties as enshrined in the Constitution of India. Fundamental rights, as we all know, are enforceable. Sadly, but not out of the context. Fundamental duties are not enforceable. My young friends, the fact is that after centuries of enslavement, we got our freedom in the year 1947. And after that, it was more necessary and thought more appropriate that we should have our rights outlined for us and defined for us, so that every citizen of India who had hitherto not gotten his due share of recognition as a human being also should know that he is a human, a citizen of this beautiful ancient civilization amongst the first civilizations of the world, and should have the prestige, should have the pride, which would come forth from the fundamental rights which were written down in the Constitution, and those fundamental rights were such that till date and never can they be overruled or taken away from in any situation. However, in the year 1976, a committee was formed. We had to move, of course, as a nation on the next level to see that we do not only have rights, we are existing and coexisting in a nation which has such diverse cultural, linguistic, religious identities, and so on and so forth. Not only these three, but even regional identities. We need to coexist. And to coexist, we need to know that though there are no duties written down in law, we have to follow those duties. So in 1976, the Sardar Swaran Singh Committee, headed by Sardar Swaran Singh, it formulated 10 basic fundamental rights, duties that we had to, which were needed to be enshrined in the Constitution of India. 42nd Amendment of the Constitution took place, in which Part 4A reads, Article 51A gives us our fundamental duties. In by the 86th Amendment, the 11th duty was also enforced. I'll just give a brief. To abide by the Constitution and respect its ideals and institutions, the national flag and the national anthem. So I'll just pause here. So if today the Honorable Supreme Court or the Government of India says that everybody has to rise when the national anthem is being sung, it is nothing out of the blue. It is a part of our fundamental duty to respect our Constitution, to abide by our Constitution, respect its ideals and institutions and the national flag and the national anthem, to cherish and follow the noble ideas which inspired our struggle, national struggle for freedom, so that we can all, breathe in a free space. Freedom, my dear friends, freedom is a hard fought for, and we who have gotten it by birth, we would not know its value because we breathe in free air. But to uphold the noble ideals which inspired our national struggle for freedom, that is the fire that the younger generation has to carry forth by implementing the national duties, the individual duties, citizens' duties, which are given in this part of the Constitution, to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India, which we need to be reminded of, sadly, at this stage. The development of our society is such that we have to be reminded time and again, make laws that please, we have to uphold the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India, because without India, we are nothing. To defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so. To promote harmony and spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, transcending religious, linguistic, and regional or sectional diversities, to renounce practices derogatory to the dignity of women, to value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture, to protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, and wildlife, and to have compassion for living creatures. This in the year 1976, and today it holds so good. It holds not only so good, it is the first thing that we have to do now if we want to exist ourselves. Better than me, you youngsters know that to protect the environment is the first important duty of every citizen, every human being at that. So then we have to develop the scientific temper, humanism, and spirit of inquiry and reform. I need not say much to you people because I have just visited your library. That's such a pride, a matter of pride, that we have reached a stage where we can give to our children this kind of a developed setup in which they can study, grow, and groom themselves. So, my friends, safeguard public property and abjure violence. Violence is the last resort, and then also not justified, not legalized. So protect the public property and do not resort to violence under any circumstances whatsoever. To strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity so that the nation constantly rises to higher levels of endeavor and achievement, which, my dear friends, you are doing today. I'm just trying to make you aware that strive towards excellence. It's your fundamental duty, which you are doing, but do it also with a collective consciousness. So not only does our entire society rise, but our country also rises to the last. And last but not the least, this was why the 86th Amendment in the year 2002, we imposed, our lawmakers imposed a duty upon the parents or the guardians of any child between 6 and 14 years that you have to educate that person, not put him to child labor or not put him to earning. So these are the 11 fundamental duties that we have been given in our constitution, but their relevance is much, much more today. I am happy and proud to be a part of the initiative, to be a part of the legal aid services, for the reason that I, as an advocate, am seeing in the courts today the lack of awareness of legal side of the citizens, because of which non-issues are becoming big issues, and issues which actually are existing. Issues like drugs, issues like molestations, these issues are taking a backseat because of our inaction. So in our fundamental duties, my dear friends, we have to ensure, especially you youngsters have to ensure that in your peer group, everybody is aware that especially drugs and crime against women, even small things like this, inequalities, these things, you have to guide each one of you, each one of your friends, enemies, whom you take to be your enemies today, might be your best friends tomorrow. Your peer group has to come up with these fundamental duties. Explain to each other. You have a collective seminars, I'm sure you must be having, but delve deeper, because otherwise we shall be drawn into a chasm out of which none of us will be able to come out. This I'm saying, especially because of the prevailing conditions and the scene that we see in the courts day in and day out. I know that I'm addressing a very august gathering, the cream of our country, the brilliant minds of our country. So all of you have to be individually and collectively conscious of the duties now more than fundamental rights, because the lawmakers, while drafting law, while passing law, are keeping into consideration all our rights. And sadly, these fundamental duties cannot be legally enforced. I cannot force legally anybody to perform their duty until and unless we all are conscious We all have a love for the country and a love for our fellow citizens. Thus, the duties as enshrined in Part 4 of the Constitution are much, much more important than our fundamental rights as on date and for the coming 2 generations. Therefore, I request all of you to please take care of this. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to invite Professor Jabir Ali, Dean Academics, IIM Jammu, to share his perspective on the topic.
Honorable Mr. Justice Tashi Rabstan, Chief Justice High Court, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, and Executive Chairman, J&K Legal Services Authority, Mr. Amit Gupta, Member Secretary, J&K Legal Services Authority, Mr. M.K. Sharma, Principal Secretary to Honorable Chief Justice, our Director, Professor B.S. Sahay, Ms. Mandeep, Reen, Advocate, Panel Lawyer, Ms. Smriti Sharma, Secretary, DLSA, Jammu, faculty, colleagues, officers, staff, and dear students. It is my privilege to brief about what IIM Jammu do to the panel members. So it's my honor to give a brief presentation about the activities of IIM Jammu. And because of the paucity of time, I will be focusing on few critical issues, Jammu and what are our values and how we really position ourselves in the management education. Also the key activities which we are doing here at Jammu, IIM Jammu, academic programs, faculty configuration, research, and also the Center of Excellence and the outreach activities. So apart from academic, we are also doing something, for the society, for the government. So I would like to brief to the Honorable Chief Justice, sir, and also to the panel that, we are a responsible business school where we are talking about high quality education. And besides that, also making responsible citizen for the country and for the world as a whole. So our values comes from here. We have a vision to develop leaders and entrepreneurs who can perform globally to make a valuable difference in the society and the corporate world. And the logo has been designed in such a way that we want to fly like a, eagle. And we also, our motto is that it is the knowledge that liberates. And we focus a lot on multiple aspects, to achieve the goal of IIM Jammu and also to make a difference in the society. We are definitely our focus activities are academic program. So we have 8 programs which we deliver, that's long-term program. Apart from that, we do focus on research publication, and also the research projects are the key, which gives a lot of insight in terms of how do we provide the quality education. Then we also focus a lot on the executive education and consulting services. We do train lot many corporate leaders. At the same time, you'll find one of the group from Skoda who are there in our campus for the training program. We also do a lot of outreach program in terms of social and government collaboration. We do have multiple MOUs with the government of Jammu and Kashmir and also with other departments to deliver a number of activities. These are our academic program. We have PhD program, which is 2 variants. One is the regular PhD, another is for working professionals. So we do have 2 programs. Then we have MBA, which started in 2016. That is our flagship program. And then we again added this MBA, Health Administration and Health Care Management, which is in collaboration with IIMS Jammu and IIT Jammu. We have EMBA program. Then again, 2 variants of EMBA program we have. One is on corporate affairs, focusing a lot on corporate affairs in collaboration with the ICA, New Delhi. And then IPM program, that is integrated program in management, which is 5-year program, 3-year BBA degree, then followed by MBA, along with the main. And this year, the first batch of IPM migrated from their BBA to MBA. Then we have dual degree program, which we started with IIT Jammu. They are doing BTech, and next year, one lot will be joining us, who will be directly coming to our program and joining our MBA program. So IIT from this MBA, BTech from IIT Jammu and MBA from IIM Jammu. This is our growth story. We started with 47 students in 2016, and today exactly we have total number of enrolled students, that is 1,034 in 2024. The faculty mix is very important for us, and we have the very good lot of faculty. Even among our generation, we are having the highest number with all the good institutions. Their background is from foreign universities, IITs and IIMs, and other leading institutions of the country. And then we have a complete bunch of faculty members. We do also collaborate with the other faculty from outside in terms of the adjunct professor and other. So we do have about 60 total faculty members on board. Research is our focus area. We do provide a lot of incentive, even a lot of support and encouragement to our faculty colleague to do quality research. We even don't count research which is not listed in a good journal, good databases, and not having B and plus categorization. So we don't even consider C category journals in our cases. And that's why we focus only on the quality publication. And we have wonderful publication by our faculty colleagues over the years. The executive program, we are doing a series of programs of different kind in company, and open MDP, sponsored MDPs, and then certificate programs. Though after COVID, we have a lot of demand for certificate program where they need not to come throughout for the program. On weekends they attend classes, and then when we conclude the program, we invite for immersion program, and we are doing multiple programs related to certificate. Consulting is definitely very important. We have multiple projects of the Government of India. Recently, we concluded a very interesting program that is known as Mahatma Gandhi National Fellowship Program under Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. And all the districts of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh was part of it. So we had one fellow working with the DC, of all the districts, doing a lot of work with the district authorities on skill development ecosystem. At the same time, now we have started another program with Ministry of Skill Development that we call a Small Business Development Unit. We have started business development unit across all the districts of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, one each, to provide support to all those who really want to start a business at a lower level, means small businesses. So we are trying to support them from capacity building to even hand-holding to these people. In terms of Center of Excellence, these are the focus areas. We do have a center for happiness that we call Anandam. We have another center for entrepreneurship, innovation, and skill development. Center for diversity and inclusion. This is also a very important center. This is we consider to be a lead in terms of management school to start the center, which was inaugurated by Honorable President of India, earlier former President of India. Then we have Center for Small Business Development Unit. So these are the few of the centers who are working very closely with the society, with the government, and we are trying to make a difference, not only in terms of providing, say, quality education to the graduates, but also engaging them, for the overall development of society. Maybe some way you'll find that the kind of impression which we are creating among the students, that is also strengthening that they are responsible citizens and their duties need to be definitely taken up. They should not only talk about rights, but they should also talk about their duties towards the society, towards their family, towards everyone, across. This is another center which we are having. This is a recent initiative which we have initiated, that Center for Innovation and Transformation in Governance, CTAG. We signed MOU with the government planning department, and these three agendas are there. This is another initiative of Niti Aayog, Department of Economic Affairs, Ministry of Finance, Government of India, and UT of Jammu and Kashmir, which is having three major components. One is that we need to go for establishing a state Institute of Transformation, where we're talking about how the economy can be accelerated through different kind of intervention. Then also having public-private partnership into J&K. We were not having the, you can say, organizational structure earlier. So we are going to have this PPP institution within the government, which will talk about inviting a lot of private investment into different government systems. Then we also have an agenda for future-ready governance, where we are talking about digital transformation, a lot of capacity building of the government officials, so that we can also make them ready for future. Then we do have also impression at the Srinagar. We do have a Srinagar off campus. We started in 2020. And we have also visited Ladakh, and we are advancing in terms of establishing a center in Ladakh, in Leh as well. So we do have a lot of focus on, different aspects of development in this region. And we hope that with a lot of collaboration and, support from all the stakeholders, we are going to do wonderful, along with all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It's my honor to request our chief guest, Honorable Chief Justice of the High Court of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, Mr. Justice Tashi Rabstan ji, to preside over the function and deliver the presidential address.
Mr. M.K. Sharma, Principal Secretary to the Chief Justice, Mr. Amit Kumar Gupta, Member Secretary, Jammu and Kashmir Legal Services Authority, Professor B.S. Sahay, Director, Ms. Smriti Sharma, Secretary DLSA, Professor Jabir Ali, Dan Academic, Ms. Mandeep, Reen, Advocate and Panel Lawyer, High Court Legal Services Committee, teaching faculties, staffs, and my dear children, students, and ladies and gentlemen. A very good evening to all. Today we are assembled here to discuss a very important topic that is very much relevant to the students, particularly the young generations. So therefore, I thankful to the IIM Jammu for organizing such type of programs. So before coming to the today's topic, I would like to just to read the preamble of the constitutions. So that's why I requested that it is very important to go through the preamble, because the preamble is about the constitutions, and we can know what the constitution gives to us and what the constitution says. The preamble is a very important document of the constitutions. It's in a brief. You need not go through the entire Constitution of India. If you will concentrate and you will go through the preamble, you will understand what the Constitution gives to us. The Constitution of India is a written constitution, is the one of the best in the world, in which cover each and every aspect, each and every concerning to the citizens of India. So therefore, wherever I'll go, I'll do read especially the preamble. It's a very important document. I request the students to spare at least 5 minutes every day to read the preambles, because it's very easy. You need not purchase a book of Constitution of Books, everyone this days, everyone has having the cell phone. You just search from the Google, write preamble, it will come. It's only consisting one page. So what the preambles says and what the preambles prescribe about the constitutions. So please just, can it be a little bit so small? I don't think, everyone can visible. Otherwise, whosoever having your cell phone, it will get from your, this mobile also. Just click Google preamble, it will come down. It's very small documents. So I'll just read the preamble. See, the preambles, it starts from the word we. It's very important. We the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign socialist, secular democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens. What is to be secured is very important. Justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thoughts, expressions, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. What a beautifully, the preamble has been framed. Each and every words of the preambles describes about the Constitution of India. What I said you earlier, the preamble starts we, not I, not us, we. We means the Constitution of India is for the people of India, people of this country. So please, I request all of you, please at least spare 2 minutes to go through the preamble. You will understand about the constitutions. You will understand about the rights of the Constitution, rights granted in the constitutions, duties. So for today's topic, the earlier speaker have explained the duties. In fact, earlier, as per Article 51A of the Constitution of India, it was imposed 11 duties. Subsequently, it was further amended. So I will not tell all of you about the each and every duty because Ms. Mandeep Reen has already read the duties. But what I would like to emphasize here, why I said in the beginning that today's topic is very relevant to the students and the young generations. Though we knew about the rights, most of us knew about the rights, but sometimes we forget about the duty. Duties toward the constitutions, duties toward the nations, duties to build our nations. So therefore, what is the duties that has been already mentioned by the previous speakers? What we should have to do is that the citizens should respect the rights and dignity of fellow citizens. Fellow citizens means fellow, your friends, your nearby, your colleagues. This means treating others with fairness, equality, and compassion, and not discriminating against anyone based on caste, religion, gender, or any economic status. These duties enshrined in Article 51A outlined in the Constitution of India are designed to ensure that every citizen contributes positively to the nation's growth and development while upholding principle of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. That is what has been prescribed in the preamble. By fulfilling these duties, citizens not only contribute to their own well-being, but also to the collective progress and harmony of the country as a whole. Preamble says we. That's why, it is cover all this. What I'm saying is, yeah. So according to my understanding, upholding and respecting the Constitution of India is the most important duty of a citizen because it establishes the framework for governance, protect fundamental rights, promote democratic values, outline civic responsibilities, foster national unity, embodies core principle of justice and equality, and ensure a just and inclusive society. By fulfilling this duty, every citizen contributes to the strength and stability of the nation, safeguard democratic institutions, and uphold the dignity and rights of society, rights of every individual in the country. Therefore, reading the Constitution of India is indispensable for students as it equips them with knowledge of their rights and duties, fosters civic engagement and democratic values, promotes respect for the rule of law, encourage appreciations of diversity, inspires social change, prepares for competitive exams, and enhance the critical thinking skills. It serves as a guide to the students in becoming informed, responsible, and active citizens who contribute meaningful to the society. See, why the constitutional in chapter 4 provides the duties? Because sometimes, especially I would like to say to the young generation, especially for you students, duties towards the constitution, duties towards the growth of the nation, duties towards the building of the nations is equally important what we have the rights. Miss Mandeep Reen mentioned about the duties, one of the duties, protections of the properties. Sometimes why I'm mentioning this particular? Because this, especially the young generations, we forget our duties to protect the national monuments, national properties, national gardens, parks and gardens. Whenever we go outside in the park or wherever, we never try to understand that maintaining of the parks is one of the duty of the each and everyone citizens. And sometimes, not the earlier, when I was a student, during those days, most of the colleges and universities, there were used to be strikes in the colleges, universities. And what these students during their protests are doing, were damaging the property of the government, damaging the vehicle of the government. But therefore, this is the damages are doing by the students or the young generation or the whosoever agitators is because of lack of awareness of the constitutions. So that is why today's topic is very important for you. But we are sometimes, we forget that the property of the government has been built by from our own tax. This is our own property, individual property, each and everyone's property. So therefore, dear students, the speakers is very well mentioned about the duties. Therefore, I request only to you, please read Article 51A of the Constitution only. It's a half page, but don't forget to read preambles. While entering to the institution, director took me to the administrative block, especially the library. And such type of the library I'm seeing for the first time. Though I travel many states in this country, I never saw this type of the library, your classrooms, other facilities. It is equipped with the latest technology. Therefore, I congratulate all of you to having such type of the facilities and infrastructure here. So therefore, I request all of you to don't waste your time to take benefits of the facilities as provided by the administration. And lastly, I congratulate the administration, also director along with the team, for choosing the Jammu for establishing a world-class institutions. And I also extend my best wishes for their future coming up projects. As Director Academic has mentioned many projects, not only Jammu, Srinagar, Ladakh, and many other parts of the country. With this, I'll conclude my short speech. Thank you very much. All the best. Best of luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us with your words of wisdom. We will now open the floor for an interactive sessions with the students and faculty. Please feel free to ask questions or share your thoughts. Questions? Yes.
Hello. Good evening, sir. Audible. Audible, sir. Good evening, sir. Firstly, I would like to explain. Audible. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Good evening, sir. First of all, I would like to extend my sincere vote of appreciation to you for the kind of transparency you have brought in the Jammu and Kashmir administration. It was just only 1 month ago when you dismissed the plea of an ex-constable, which seeks his reinstatement of his services, but to dismiss his plea by saying that he was concealing concealing material facts. Moreover, you also gave decision in favor against, we all know how difficult it is to avail health insurance in India. You also, in which you mandated the agents of the health insurance to extend their sincere practices towards the customers of health insurance. So anything you do, any reform you make in the Jammu and Kashmir administration sends a way of very good message across different states, because we all know how Jammu and Kashmir is a matter of pride to India. So with this, I would like to extend my sincere regard to you, sir. Thank you so much. I will draft a question and come back to you in a while.
Good evening, sir. Sir, actually, it's a question from my childhood. Sir, my name is Anupa Jindal. During our school days in our social science books, we used to read these constitutions. And I remember I used to read this directive state policies and principles. So after my school, we have seen this organization of panchayat and infant care. These were implemented. But currently in news, we have seen this uniform civil code. So I always want to know what, as a justice, what problems you have seen with the current laws that uniform civil code is now various states are implementing, and it's in news. So I want the hands-on experience from you.
My dear, Uniform Civil Code has yet not been implemented.
I have read in that Uttarakhand has given that uniform civil code.
It's not yet implemented anywhere. The government is making a push towards it, but let's see.
Okay. But
way whatsoever by the authorities, by individuals, etc. That is a question for the lawmakers.
Okay.
And those problems are being faced by the lawmakers only.
Thank you.
Hello, Honorable Sir. Am I audible? Hello, Honorable Sir. My name is Anubhav Kumar Bhagat. Sir, I have a question with respect to that justice delayed is justice denied. But we have seen that High Court and Supreme Court benches are not established in regional states, regional locations. Sir, I want to know the difficulties and challenges with respect to establishment of regional benches in these regional locations.
What I could understand from your question is that you want regional benches to be established. See, nowadays, that requirement is more or less thing of the past, because now virtual courts are working. So you can appear from anywhere in any remotest corner of the country, and you can appear virtually before any court. Setting up benches is is the domain of government. And initially there was a thought process going on for establishing, but it requires a lot of infrastructure. So for the time being, instead of developing infrastructure, thanks to COVID, that we have shifted to virtual hearings. So problem is, to a large extent, it is dealt by VC proceedings.
A very good afternoon to all. My name is Annette. So a question I have is that even though laws are stated, when it comes to practicality or implementing them, there becomes a lot of gray areas. Like it will be, I guess there are advocates and honorable chief guests here. So by giving out orders and rules, there will be situations where it will be very difficult for us as human to, or what order or what rules will be the best to be implemented and stuff. And we as management students, in the future, we will be responsible for people. And we will also be in some situations where we'll have to make decisions that might be hard, but still which is required for us to do. So I want to know how you were able to handle such situations and share your insights regarding that. Thank you.
Annette, your question, if I'm correct in understanding, is the implementation of the law. How do you people want to know how to implement your rights and the law as such? Am I right? Implementation is a well-oiled machine in the country. We have different setups with different administrative wings, the executive, which deals with the implementations. If you have any problem on the criminal side, you can go to the police. You have any problem on the civil side, you file a case in the civil courts, right? So tomorrow, if you are doing things on the in the business economic sector, you will all, as you said, you will be leading. Then now we have arbitration, mediations to settle the disputes. So laws implementation is it's a very well-oiled machine, as I said. Things are working smoothly in our country for the implementation and for the checks and balances over the executive and the administration. The judiciary is always there.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Good evening to all of you. This side Ankit Agarwal. After the reorganization of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, many big industry players and many big players in the markets are already come to the Jammu and Kashmir, and many are planning to come. So my question is, how the judiciary is contributing to the regulatory reforms for business here in Jammu and Kashmir, and also what are the specific areas where the regulatory reforms are still needed?
Yes, we are having now commercial courts in J&K. To start with, we have one court in Jammu and one in Srinagar to meet, and besides that, we have arbitration laws also. We have, for your information, we have international arbitration centers both in Jammu and Srinagar, where disputes not only relating to the UT of J&K, but disputes at the national and international level can also be taken up for consideration. So I'll add to that question you asked about the gray areas in law. So this is where the innovation, legal innovation also comes in. There is one provision in earlier in Criminal Procedure Code, there was section 125 CRPC that provided for grant of maintenance. So there was no provision for grant of interim maintenance. So with the innovation, with the mind of the presiding judge, whosoever must have decided that matter at the first instance, so they granted the interim maintenance. That became a precedent thereafter, and now it's a statutory provision. Then we have, you must be knowing about that Bhopal gas tragedy. So in that case also, there was no statutory provision for grant of compensation that was granted by the court. And this is how that became a law. So this is how, because with the assistance of lawyers and search by the judges, we can come out of the gray area.
See, judges are also human beings. Judges, being a human being, like our fingers are not, similar. So the judges are wholly and solely dependent upon the assistance rendered by the counsels. Like Mr. Sharma has mentioned about the Bhopal gas tragedy, and earthquake, I think somewhere in the year 2005 or 10, here in the J&K in the Muzaffarnagar. Yes, Earth Puja. So during those days also, by the intervention of the judiciary, the compensation has been, granted to the, affected persons. So meaning thereby, so there is no specific provision, but anyhow, if the presiding officer is convinced, so there is no bar. So this is what, yeah.
Hello. Good evening, sir. I'm Chirag Dubey. I would like to know your views on the subject that delivering justice is a tough job in any state. You have to listen to lots and lots of stakeholders. But in a state like Jammu and Kashmir, where the judgments you pass can not just have national but also international and geopolitical implications, how tough it is to actually work in such a pressure situation. Thank you.
It is correct, as you've said, that the judiciary is under a lot of pressure. But in J&K, especially I can speak about J&K as well as this Supreme Court, that we have most remarkable people sitting on the chairs. So they do not succumb again under pressure. They do what the law asks them to do. It can be liked by some, it can be disliked by some. But to uphold law and to make law, give judgments, as Eric said, the gray areas, those have to be covered within the scope of the Constitution of India. And no member of the judiciary would be afraid or would back out from implementing law for the welfare of the society, for the welfare of the country at any given point. They get brickbats nowadays. There was a time that nobody used to, dare to, not dare as in some punishment would be, they were afraid that punishment would be inflicted upon them. But the reverence for the judiciary, due to the acts of the judiciary in enforcing law and upholding the rights of the citizens and creating a balance, that is the job of the judiciary, and each and every person sitting in the judiciary is doing that job to the extent of getting brickbats and earning ire of some higher. Nobody is bothered about the ire. All that the judiciary is bothered about is the law and its upholding. That's all.
Thank you, students, for your active participation. To formally conclude our program, I invite Ms. Smriti Sharma, Secretary of DLSA Jammu, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Honorable the Chief Justice of Common High Court of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, Director IIM, other dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. A very good evening to all of you. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all the others. Indeed, it's a great privilege to propose vote of thanks on behalf of J&K Legal Services Authority Jammu and District Legal Services Authority Jammu. As we express our gratitude, we must not forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. I would like to extend my sincere and heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed Chief Guest, Honorable Mr. Justice Tashi Rabstan, the Chief Justice of the High Court of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, and the Executive Chairman of J&K Legal Services Authority, who has graced the occasion by his auspicious presence despite his busy schedule. His able guidance and unwavering support has been instrumental in our growth and development. His presence has added an extra spark to this event and made it even more special. Once again, thank you, my Lord. I owe special gratitude to M.K. Sharma, Principal Secretary to Honorable Chief Justice, for extending their presence on the occasion and for interacting with the students and solving the issues and providing the necessary guidelines to our young audience. I owe special gratitude to Shri Amit Gupta, Member Secretary, J&K Legal Services Authority, Jammu, who have worked hard to ensure that this occasion becomes a memorable success. My sincere thanks to Director Professor Mr. B.S. Sahay, Indian Institute of Management Jammu, and his staff and stakeholders for his stewardship, support, vision, and unstinted support for this function. I must also mention a deep sense of appreciation for all the sporting staff for their involvement, willingness to take on the completion of tasks beyond this comfort zone. I would extend my special thanks to our resource persons, Madam Mandeep, Reen, advocate and panel lawyer of High Court Legal Services Committee, and our student, Ms. Pallavi, for their valuable contribution and for enlightening our audience on this significant topic, that is the duties of citizens under the Constitution of India. My special thanks to Professor Jabir Ali, Dean Academic, IIM Jammu, for highlighting the various activities, academics, and various future perspectives of the IIM Jammu. Learning is always a good opportunity to feed our mind as it helps us grow. Through such informative awareness programs, we get a chance to boost our knowledge with a unique opportunity to dive into the field of subject that might be unfamiliar to us. So I would like to take my time to thanking our dear audience who not only took their time to be part of us, but also shows a willingness to learn and explore by interacting with our honorable dignitaries. Thank you so much. Last but not the least, my sincere thanks to one of the strongest pillars of the democracy, that is print media, electronic media, for evincing interest in covering the event and all the good hearts who work behind the screen. Thankfulness is the beginning of gratitude, and gratitude is the completion of thankfulness. I once again thanks each and everyone present here for your commitment and cooperation in making this function resounding success. Once again, I thank you all for your kind attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. That concludes our event for today. Thank you once again for being a part of this program. We will have a group photograph followed by high tea. Thank you, everyone. After the group photograph, students, please proceed to your classrooms.
Hello, hello. 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 Hello.
शादी हो जाएगी दोबारा से।
सहमत कर भी लेंगे दोबारा।